All right, we got a flat on our Can-Am Commander. As you saw, we just lifted it with the AGM Electric Jack Pro. First, we're going to go over some tips for changing this tire. Then we're going to show you everything you need to know to lift your Commander with that jack. Let's get into it. All right, first thing you need to know is the Commander actually uses a smaller lug nut than standard. So you will need a 17mm socket for these. So make sure you bring that along as well. Now, if you do not have an impact and you're doing this all by hand, do yourself a favor. Before you lift, break these lug nuts loose, then go ahead and go up and continue with the process. We have an impact, so we're just going to knock these off right now. Now, you'll notice I caught all the lug nuts. The reason we're doing that is we're trying to keep these threads clean, no debris, no dirt in here, because if you do get stuff in there, when you go back on after the repair, there's a chance you could gall these threads, damaging the studs, which is going to require a replacement and takes a bunch of time, and it's just not worth it. So grab a hold of those. Now, I should say, if you do accidentally drop one, not a big deal. We're just going to pick that guy up, knock it out, blow it out, make sure that that is free of any dirt, and then we're going to put these in a safe spot. We'll get this off and replaced. All right, as we go on, we want to make sure that we are installing the lug nuts by hand. We do not want to use the impact gun, and the reason for that is we want to make sure that we don't cross thread these guys. Messing up a stud and then having to go through and replace all that is not anything anyone wants to do. So take the few extra seconds, go ahead and roll those on by hand. Then we're going to secure this with the impact. But one thing I should mention before we do that, as a best practice, it's really a good idea to tighten this in a cross or a star pattern instead of a circle. And the reason for that is on certain vehicles with centering hubs or different things that this wheel will actually index into, there is a chance that if we did that in a circle pattern that we could pull the wheel in crooked and tighten everything, and we'd never know that it's crooked. We'd go drive down the road. As we drive and the wheel spins, it's going to square itself up, come loose. Those lug nuts are going to fall off. The wheel is going to fall off, and you are going to damage studs. So I like to do that with all vehicles. So we're going to do that here. We'll tighten in the star pattern. Now, you'll notice I didn't run that thing down really hard. All we're trying to do is get this to be nice and snug against the caliper or the hub assembly. At this point, if you have a torque wrench, go ahead and lower the jack down to get just a little bit of weight on here so that this thing doesn't move. Torque your wheel. For this model and year, it's 74 foot-pounds. If you don't have a torque wrench like we don't, we're going to use the impact, go around one more time, and then when we get back to the house tonight, we'll torque it then. All right, with that tight, we can lower our jack. And get back on the trail. All right, we're going to start with a rear lift, but first we need a jack. Let's grab this guy out of the quick clamps. Get ourselves a hook. Now for the Commander, the primary lift point on the rear is along the side of the car here. We're going to pick up under the skid, locating the rivets to confirm that there is in fact a chassis tube right here. That way we know we're picking up on the frame, so we have a nice sturdy lift. We'll get the jack all the way under the lift as much as we can. We're going to get our 1-2 points of contact and go ahead and lift up. All right, just like that, the tire is in the air, ready for the repair. Now, one thing I should show you real quick, if we back up, is when you lift just behind the B-pillar here, you'll actually notice that you get the front tire off the ground as well. And this is really important if you've high centered or you're stuck, you need to stack rocks or throw traction boards under here, or there's something else that you're doing. You can get the entire side of the vehicle up just by lifting a little bit back from this position. So that's great to keep in mind. All right, on to the front. If you want to do a front only lift, we're again going to pick up along the rocker just forward of the B-pillar. So we'll go ahead and open the door just like we did in the rear. And the reason we're opening the door is just in case something shifts or you need to move things around. We don't want the jack to get into these nice painted surfaces. So spend the extra couple seconds, open that door. We'll get this guy placed in here just like we did in the rear. We're going to make sure that we're kicked in on the bottom. We're going to have our 1 and 2 points of contact, and we're going to go ahead and lift up. There we go. Just like that, the tire is in the air, ready for your repair. If you have a front bumper, there is an alternate lift point here up front. We can actually use the V-groove cap on the jack to lift along this crossbar. Now, a couple things to note before we start. We want to make sure that when we get the jack in, it's as vertical as possible so that we don't get the car shifting on us forward to back. We also want to try to be as perfectly centered as we can so that we don't get a side-to-side shift. One other thing to note is depending on how the terrain kind of undulates in front of the car, you may have to dig out a little bit up here in order to get that to register. So here is what that looks like in practice. We're down, we're about centered left to right. We are perfectly vertical, and we can go ahead and lift. All right, we got the tires in the air, ready for repair. Wait, before you go, 2 quick tips for you. 1, if your car is drivable, please pull that off the trail, preferably to a flat, unobstructed area. This is going to do a couple things. It's going to make sure that you are not blocking the trail, and you're also not going to have to worry about getting hit. Plus, it's just safer to do work in that kind of environment. And 2, if any part of your body is going to be under the vehicle or there's a chance you're going to get into the vehicle, you must put something under the vehicle to act as a jack stand. Now, this can be a cooler, toolbox, spare tire, log, rock, whatever it is, something that is under the vehicle to act as a catch in case the vehicle moves off the jack. That way, you are going to get your job done safer and you're going to get back onto the trail quicker. Today's video had one goal, and that is to make lifting safer and easier because how you lift it matters. I'm Bryan with AGM. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you for watching this episode of How You Lift It, and we'll see you next time.